Was good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get started, I gotta go ahead and say thank God for another day and another opportunity. Now, as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen, today I'm gonna be bringing y'all a very special catfish build, the two-way inside-out creator out of the point guard position today in NBA 2K23 on next gen. And this is going to be one of the only builds that's going to be able to start out with at least 90 plus badges off rip. Now with this build, we're going to be able to get elite contact dunks, pro dribble moves, and that is really just the start. So when it comes down to the attributes, these are going to be the ones in which are able to reach 100 plus. Now that's going to be the driving dunk as well as the driving layup, the 3-point shot, ball handle, perimeter defense, as well as our steal. So look, if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Go ahead and turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. Smash that like button, but do not forget to go ahead and comment down TG for thank God, as well as where you're tuning in from watching today, and I most definitely will be bringing y'all a response. So as you can see, we already pretty much can do everything out of this build on both ends of the floor from the gameplay, and we actually do have this build created already. So let's go ahead and get started. Now the first thing that we need to go ahead and make sure is that we're making this build out of the point guard position. Now I know that we're going to be able to create it different ways, but I'm telling y'all, the way that I'm bringing it to you right now is definitely going to be very unique. Now when it comes down to the body settings, I'm going to go with the height of 6'2". As for the weight, I'm going to go with 219, and then for the wingspan, I'm going to go with 6'11". Now we're actually going to be able to unlock the body shape of Burley, and that makes it all the better in my opinion. Now we're able to get into the breakdown of the attributes, and I'm going to go ahead and get started with the physicals. Now when it comes down to the speed, I'm going to go with the 72, maxed out acceleration as well as our strength, 85 vertical with a 90 stamina. Now these numbers are going to set us up perfectly going forward with this build when we get into the 4 other categories. So if you want to make any adjustments, feel free and welcome to do so. I'm going to leave the numbers like this, but let's go ahead and get started at the top of the list. And we're going to get into the breakdown of the finishing. Now we get a total of 21 badges for this area. I'm going to go with the numbers of a 67 close shot, 80 driving layup with a 93 driving dunk, and the post control will get brought up to a 29. Now with these 21 badges, I like Giant Slayer, Back Down Punisher, also for tier 2 Fearless Finisher and Pro Touch, but for tier 3, I'm looking at Posterizer Slithery and Limitless Takeoff. Now when it comes down to the offensive end, I think we're starting out pretty good, and remember, as we get into the breakdown of each area, feel free to make your own adjustments according to your own playstyle. Now from here, let's go ahead and check out what we're going to be able to do with the shooting. Now with the mid-range shot, I'm going to go with the 72, 85 3-pointer with a 75 free throw for a total of 19 badges. Now for tier 1, I like Midi Magician and Volume Shooter. For tier 2, I'm looking at Amped, Green Machine, and Space Creator. And then for tier 3, I'm happy that we're able to get Agent 3 and both Limitless Range unlocked on Silver. Now when you take into account our takeovers, this is going to be a really strong offensive build, and you can definitely see that from looking at the shooting and the finishing being together. Now from here, let's go ahead and wrap it up with the offensive end and get started with the playmaking. Now for the pass accuracy, I'm going to go with the 75, 89 ball handle with a 74 speed with ball for a total of 19 badges. Now the badges that are going to be my favorite from this area are going to be Ankle Breaker, Vice Grip, Quick First Step, Unpluckable, and Hyperdrive. But then pretty much when it comes down to tier 3, the main badge I'm really concerned about is going to be Handles for Days and also Killer Combos. Now when it comes down to the offensive end, y'all already can see that we have everything and more needed to be a threat. So I'm going to leave the numbers like this. Let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of the defense. So when it comes down to the interior, I'm going to go with the 60, 86 perimeter, 99 steal, 66 block with a 70 defensive rebound. Now in total we get 27 badges, and if you add everything up together, with the +4 badges from my career, we're going to be able to get at least 90 badges off rip, and once we get into Season 10, this is going to be one of the only builds with the potential to reach 100 badges. Now for the defense, I like Box Out Beast post lockdown, Rebound Chaser with Chase Down Artist, and then for Tier 2, ankle braces as well as Menace. But for Tier 3, this is looking pretty overpowered Challenger, Clamps, Interceptor, and Hall of Fame with Glove. Now this is what we're going to look like for this build. Let me know in the comments if you followed every single step or if you made your own adjustments. Now with the takeovers, we get the slashing, shot creating, sharpshooting, as well as the lockdown. Now for my best interest of this build, and if you want the most potential, I would really consider picking one of the shooting takeovers first. Now the second one comes down to your own preference and playstyle. So for my liking, I'm going to go with Limitless Range, and then for my second takeover, just to get the most out of our defensive boost, I would definitely go ahead and pick Extreme Clamps. Now for that second takeover, you can go with the slashing in order to get a maxed out 99 driving layup when activated. Just something that I need to throw at y'all before making your decision. Let's go ahead and check out the build to make sure that we made it correctly. And if you followed every single step, we should be getting these 3 comparisons. And as y'all can see, together, we have created the Catfish 2-way inside out creator build with contact dunks, 100+ steal, perimeter defense, and so much more in NBA 2K23 on next gen. Now just something to take into consideration, the better you play, your stats are gradually going to raise. Now if you do decide to buy your own boost, that's going to be a +4 to +5. Running with a teammate that does have on floor general on Hall of Fame, that's another +4. And then if you take into account the +10 that you get from your takeovers, that's going to be a +10 put towards 2 separate areas. And I think this makes one of the best true point guard builds in NBA 2K23 on next gen, especially if you're looking to be a non-meta build. This is going to be the perfect one for you. Now I'm going to leave everything as is, but from here, let's get into the breakdown of the badges. Now for the finishing, the badges that I like for this build is going to be Gold Back Down Punisher, Bronze Giant Slayer, Silver Fearless Finisher, Hall of Fame Pro Touch, with Gold Posterizer and Gold Core Limitless Takeoff. Now remember, whichever area that you do decide to throw extra badges towards, you're only going to raise your potential for equipping certain badges. So for example, you can go with Bully or Slithery when it comes down to Tier 3 over the badges that I've picked. Now for the shooting, I'm going to go with Silver Volume Shooter, Hall of Fame Space Creator, Gold Amped, with Silver Agent 3 and Silver Limitless Range as the core badge. Now here are going to be a few of the jump shots that we're actually able to pick and recreate from. I'm just giving y'all an idea of what the offensive end is actually going to be able to do. But I think this is really one of my favorite builds that I have brought to y'all. Now for the playmaking, I'm going to go with Silver Vice Grip, Hall of Fame Quick First Step, Gold Hyperdrive, Silver Handles for Days, with Gold Killer Combos as the core badge. Now so far on the offensive end, we have everything that we need. We're going to be able to finish on the inside at an elite level, shoot from deep like Stephen Curry, as well as be able to break ankles like Kyrie Irving. Now for the defensive end, a lot of badges that I did equip, so I'm going to go with Gold Box Out Beast, Silver Chase Down Artist with Bronze Rebound Chaser and Bronze Post Lockdown. For Tier 2, Hall of Fame ankle braces, but you can pretty much choose any of the badges in this area. And then for Tier 3, Silver Clamps, Hall of Fame glove with Hall of Fame Interceptor as the core badge. And this is what we're going to be able to do on the defensive end. Probably one of the best 6'2 defenders that y'all have seen yourself. But I would appreciate it if everybody commented down right now. What do you think about this build? Did you make any changes or adjustments? And don't forget to put TG for Thank God as well as where you're tuning in from. And I'm going to be sure to hit y'all back with a response. But again, thank y'all for the support. And with all that being said, if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Go ahead and turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. And do not forget to go ahead and smash that like button. Now to wrap everything up, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.